Using sound and audio in your content can be a very powerful tool, but like anything else, sometimes it needs to be edited. In today's How to in Canva video, I'm going to show you a couple of tips and tricks how to edit your audio in Canva. Let's get into it. Okay, so we're at the home screen of Canva. We're going to start from scratch on this one. So at the top here, what will you design today? We're going to click on presentation. And then we'll select, for this video, we're just going to select any old presentation. Doesn't really matter. So we'll just pick this first one, brand strategy. It's going to ask us if we want to apply all 13 pages. And yes, we do. So we've got 13 pages of a presentation here. Now let's add some audio. So we're going to click on elements. And you can do one of two things. And by the way, I'm using my pro version of Canva today because there is at least one feature I can think of that I wanted to show you that is not available to the free version users. So anyway, we can either go to audio and click on see all. And from here, you can drill down to whatever genre you want. There's even Taylor Swift. So a variety of genres here to choose from. Or you can go to uploads and upload your own audio file, whatever it is you need for your project. So we're going to use one of Canva's thousands and thousands of pre-recorded audio clips, and we'll choose the Giants. Okay, so first I'm going to play this for you. Now, as you can tell, I'm trying to speak and I'm sort of competing with the audio. So let's take that volume down a bit. So if you'll notice, when I click on the audio track, when you put your audio track in, it appears right below your thumbnails. When you click on the audio track, you'll get a sort of abbreviated menu up here at the top, or you can go to the end of the audio track and click on these three dots, and that'll give you the more complete menu. Either way, the volume is available in both places. We'll just click on volume. Let's try going down to around 20, 22, close enough. And let's go back to the beginning and we'll see how that sounds. I'm sure that made a huge difference. So now you can still hear the music, but I'm not competing with it anymore. And really, the focus of the presentation is your spoken word. So you just kind of want the music as a nice background. So this still might be a little bit loud, but we're going to leave it for now. You can also fade in or fade out. And you just grab the slider and move it to how long you want the fade in, fade out to be. The maximum is 5 seconds. You can see at the beginning here, there was sort of a quiet introduction. If you want to skip that, you can do one of two things. You can either grab this caret, which is your audio marker, scroll over to where you want the music to start. Now we've got it marked right here. You can come up and either click on split audio. And what that does is gives you two separate audio files. Or you can click on the audio file, come up to adjust, click anywhere on the audio track and just move it over to the left, and you can see that the starting point has changed. Okay, so if we were to play it from the beginning now, it goes right into the music. You don't have that sort of introduction. So, and by the way, anytime you make a change that you want to undo quickly, just hit Control Z, or you can come up here to the undo icon up here, the left arrow. Okay, so that's that. You can also split the track. Let's say you want to have a, 5-second intro of the audio before you start talking. So in that case, let's take our marker and scroll over to the 5-second mark or wherever. Maybe it's that whole first slide. So now we're going to come up and hit split audio. Now you can make this section of audio louder. Let's go back up to 100. And this section will remain at 20 or whatever we set it to, 22. So let's see how that sounds. So it's kind of a drop off, right? That's where you might want to set in a fade. So you can fade in and fade out so that it's not quite such an abrupt drop off. So let's do a 1.5 second fade out. So still a little bit of a drop off. You can play around with it. But it's a nice feature because it's not just an abrupt, loud to soft. Okay, so let's get out of that. We're going to undo. Let's see. Next up, now you'll notice that this audio track was 2 minutes and 25 seconds, and our slideshow is only 1 minute and what is that, 5 seconds, I think, 1 minute, 5 seconds. So we've got a lot of extra music on the end that we're not going to use. So there again, you'll want to cut it off somewhere and then maybe do a long fade out so that it sounds, because here's what it's going to sound like if you just leave it as is. It just kind of ends. So maybe we do a long fade out. So it's not perfect. I mean, you can play around with it. Maybe you duplicate this and split it and kind of splice some of them together. It gets a little more complicated and time consuming. If you're okay with the long fade out, I would just do that. Okay, so let's undo that. And I think we now are back to our original audio track and original slides. So the next thing I want to show you is the beat sync feature. So what this is designed to do, and it's not perfect, but it gets pretty close, and you can make some minor adjustments to make it, little bit better if you need to. But select your audio track, come up here to beat sync, and this is this is what I was talking about. This is a pro version feature only. So click it on, and you'll notice what happened. Some of your slides are now shorter, some of them are a little longer. What it tries to do, it tries to line up the transition from one slide to another with a beat in the music. So let's see how it did. So what I would do here, because it didn't line up how I would want it, so I would just grab this slide and kind of move it over a little bit. So let's see how much we need to do. So not much. So we're going to grab it. That's closer. So just by moving that one slide, really kind of cleaned up the rest of them. So that's where I'm saying it's not, you're going to be perfect, and it may not match up to the beat that you want it to match up to, but you can make a very small adjustment and you'll find that it works really pretty well. So I think that was all I wanted to show you for today. If you have not purchased the pro version of Canva yet, I strongly recommend. It's so inexpensive. It's like $120 for the whole year, and you get so many more features and templates available to you and apps and the whole works. So I would strongly encourage it. I use it all the time. It is definitely the best money I spend every year. So Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope this was helpful and useful. If it was, please give me a like on the video and consider subscribing to my channel. And in the meantime, I will see you in the next How to in Canva video. Bye for now.